Good morning, guys. It's me, Dazzle, and there's my husband, Gino. Welcome to Dazzle TV.
I got an idea to do this video from our good friend Robbie from Rhode Island. He has spent the last 30 days in Boracay Island, and we met with him in Kalibo. We went to lunch with him at Matsip Korean restaurant. That's my favorite restaurant, but Dazzle likes eating there too. And he enjoyed the food when we ate there. While we were just conversating during lunch, he said he noticed in Boracay, Robbie is the same age as I am. We're both 56 years old. And he noticed in Boracay, there were a lot of expats that were our age or even older with Filipinas with them. And he's like, where are they meeting these people? How is it that everyone has a Filipina with them? And I told him, it's like it's not that easy. It's like a lot of people think they'll come here to the Philippines and they'll meet a Filipina automatically, like instantly they'll meet a Filipina. It just doesn't work out like that. You really have to put in the time. 1 month here in the Philippines probably is not enough. It's best if you're actually retiring in the Philippines and then look for a partner, because that way you have the time and it benefits you too, because if you take your time, you can really know the Filipina, find out everything about her, find out what's really important is, does she come from a good family? And because here in the Philippines, family is so important. It's like is she the black sheep of the family? There's the family could be nice, but are you getting the black sheep in the family kind of thing? So it's really good to take your time. And what's really important too is you have to know what you're looking for. It's like a lot of people that I've met, expats that come here that I know personally, came here to the Philippines to retire, to enjoy the good life like I do. It's like I came here to retire, sold everything I own in the States, quit my job. So really I no longer have connections. When I came here in 2011, I had a one-way ticket to the Philippines and no longer any connections to go back to the States. If I had to go back to the States, I would have had to stay with a friend or a relative and look for a job. So to me, it was a one-way ticket to go to the Philippines. So what I was thinking, I wasn't even really thinking of a serious relationship when I got here, or marriage. I wasn't even thinking anything like that, because like for the first time in my life, I felt free. It's like I got to Boracay in 2011, and then for a whole year, more than a year, I was just having fun. It's like I had no responsibilities for the first time in my life. I just felt so free. I would mountain bike, I would jog on the beach, I would swim. It was a fun time. And then a lot of it is like I was decompressing too, because like living in the States, for close to 30 years, there's a lot of stress that comes with living in the United States. And I finally was able to like relax, sleep in late all the time, and take naps, just hang out on the beach, just waste my day. It's just like wake up and not have anything to do. And it was fine that I didn't have anything to do. And it really was a year of discovery, because like I really learned myself. So for me, even during that time, I knew if I was gonna meet a Filipina, I had to meet a Filipina that didn't want to go to the United States, or if you're an expat to your home country. Because to me, I'm thinking, I'm retired in the Philippines, I'm no longer working, and I'm enjoying my life. If I meet a Filipina that wants to go back to the US, that kind of destroys my dream. And for the first time in my life, I was like, I'm doing it my way, you know, my dream. I'm experienced. People always tell me I would post on Facebook. I was showing them what I'm doing in Boracay, and people were telling, man, you're living the dream. And I felt that, you know. So after living in Boracay for over a year, I decided to go back to school to use my GI Bill in STI College in Calibo. So when that was June of 2012 is when I started freshman year in college. I always wanted to attend college because when I joined the military at 17, I didn't get a chance to go straight from high school to college. And while I was in the Air Force, I did get my associate's degree. I took some college courses, so I had that. But I always felt I missed out on going to college. So that was, and then since the Air Force was paying for tuition and they were giving me an allowance of $1,500 a month while I'm going to school, I said I better take advantage. You know, another thing that was on my bucket list, so I decided to go to school. And luckily I did, because that's where I met Dazzle freshman year. We were actually late for our first day. We went to the wrong room together, and there's a couple other people with us, but then they told us they changed the room, so we actually had to go downstairs, find out where the new room is, and then when we walked into the class, everybody was already doing things, introduction. So that's how immediately we're like sitting beside each other, because there's like 4 of us that was late for our first class. That's how we met, basically, at STI College Calibo. And then when school started, I found out Dazzle was from Caticlan. So during that time, I had an apartment in Calibo, but I also had an apartment in Boracay. So on the weekends, on Friday, I would go home to Boracay. So Dazzle, she would go home to Caticlan. So we always rode together on the L3, the van, or I don't think we ever rode the bus. It was always the L3. So we always rode together. So that's where we got to really know each other. And then even during that time, we actually had a third. Her name is Jel, because Jel was Dazzle's friend. So we were like the 3 musketeers in school. You know, we were just always hanging out. We were always just doing things together. Even our school projects, when we had acquaintance party, we just hang out, you know, because it's like we kind of clicked, that the 3 of us. And it went like that for months. So I really got to know Dazzle, and during that time, that's when she introduced me. She wanted me to meet her parents. So I was like, oh, cool. You know, it's like her mom was working in Boracay at the time. So I met her mom, and actually her mom set me up on a date with her. She worked in a spa. Her mom was a manager at a massage spa and all that. And the owner, she set me up with the owner. So that was kind of funny how that, you know. And then Dazzle's dad, I actually met. The first time I met, he likes karaoke, and you know, I don't mind karaoke. I enjoy karaoke. So the first time I met with Dazzle's dad, we sang karaoke, and he served me Ginebra gin, the Ginebra with like a Kool-Aid mix. Yeah, it was nice. I mean, it was a nice drink. We were singing karaoke, but I've never really had Ginebra before. Really strong, you know. If you have that Ginebra gin here in the Philippines, you know what I mean. It's like a really strong drink. So I got to know, you know, Dazzle's family, met Dazzle's brothers and sisters. So, you know, became friends with them. You know, it's like, and then the more I hanged out with them, even grandma. You know, even grandma, Dazzle's grandma, even during that time, she really liked me, you know. So it was, I felt like when I came to Aklan province, I didn't have any family here. You know, it's like, I'm not from Aklan. Actually, when I moved here, I didn't know a single person in Aklan. When I landed in Boracay, the first person I met was like the my landlord. And the more I really hanged out with Dazzle, you know, it's like I found out that out of all her brothers and sister, she was the good kid. She was the good sibling. She's the one that obeyed her parents, mom and dad, on everything. You know, she's like scared of doing anything wrong. So that was, to me, that was kind of like attractive. You know, it's like that's, you know, I was looking for somebody that was good. You know, that was a good person. And then Dazzle would even ask me, you know, it's like when we were at when I started the STI, a lot of people liked me at STI. There was like, you know, that I could tell, you know, that you know, people were trying to partner me with students at STI, teachers at STI, but I wasn't ready for a relationship because, like, again, I was kind of, you know, like, I wanted to make sure I was gonna meet the right Filipina, and I didn't want a Filipina that was materialistic, or again, I don't, you know, it's like nothing against Filipinas that want to go to the US. I understand that, you know, that's like to better their life, but that was a biggie for me. You know, it's like I didn't want a Filipina that would, like, the minute we got married, want to go to the United States, because I don't want to go back to the United States, and I never have. You know, it's like, this is it. This Philippines is my forever home. Dazzle kind of checked a lot of boxes for me when I met her, because she never left. Before I met Dazzle, she's never left Panay Island, here in Panay Island. She's never been on a boat. She's never been on a plane. I don't think she ever been to Iloilo. You know, you know, and rarely did she even go to Calibo. You know, it was always just Caticlan and where she went to school. So that, you know, I knew that, and she's really close to her family. You know, it's like, so I knew she wasn't gonna leave. It would hurt her if she would leave her family here. And then, you know, it was good that just one of our conversations, you know, it's like we were talking about the US, and that she told me she couldn't see herself living in the US away from her family. So that was kind of like ching ching, you know. I was like happy that when she mentioned that. And then Dazzle, you know, she's not a materialistic person. I knew that right away. She never wore makeup. The only thing she had was she would buy lipstick, and even to this day, Dazzle's like hooked on lipstick, but she doesn't do makeup. And when we were in school, you know, I saw a lot of these girls, they're wearing all this makeup, jewelry. When we're allowed to wear civilian clothes, you can tell they're wearing a lot of US branded stuff, a lot of expensive, and I didn't want that. You know, I want somebody that was simple. And even to this day, I mean, with Dazzle and I, we've been together now for 10 years, going on 11. Our anniversary is gonna come up next month. We're gonna be married 7 years. So it's like she hasn't changed. You know, it's like you've seen her shop at Ukay Ukay. We buy our clothes at Ukay Ukay. We don't really dress up. You know, shorts and t-shirts are our outfit. Dazzle knows, like, I don't really like attending parties much. We get invited, but we never go. And we never throw parties at our house, because anything that Dazzle and I celebrate, we just celebrate ourselves. Birthdays, Christmas, New Year's, we just celebrate the two of us, because for us, it's more fun, you know. We do have a small friends, like a group of friends, like our favorites, Gifford and Gia. You know, we've done barbecue with them. Our neighbor is really nice, Ate Lynn, you know, we like her, and Ate V, and other neighbor. So we do have a small amount of friends in our neighborhood, but we really keep to ourselves. You know, it's like we're together 24/7. So if we don't like each other, it's not gonna work. We're always, I mean, starting from college, and when we got married in 2016, we're together 24/7. Dazzle doesn't really have a lot of friends. You know, she doesn't go out with girlfriends. She might like go with her sister to go ukay, and I'm the same way. You know, it's like I don't drink much, and most Filipinos here in the Philippines, that's all they want to do. They'll invite you, and there's always drinking, and I'm not into that. You know, it's like I like taking care of myself. You know, staying fit, and drinking's just not a part of what I like to do. So really, I don't really have any friends that I hang out, guy friends. You know, that's why since we started the YouTube channel, when people visit us, like Steve, Robbie, our good friend Gray, when they come, I'm like excited because I get to talk to Americans, and then I get to hang out. You know, I have 1 or 2 beers. You know,
Good people.
that's a good people.
Yeah.
Good people. You know, it's like Smoothly. I mean, when Smooth was here, that was so much fun. I look forward to it. And we have another friend from California.
I know a lot of you guys wants to meet a good Filipina, and I am proud to say that I am one of them, and there's a lot of us left still. You just have to take your time. And I also want to share to you the things that I like about Gino. As you know, Gino is a Filipino-American, but he is more American. The first 2 years of our relationship wasn't easy because there's a lot of things that we both have to adjust to make it work, but it is all worth it. I was young back then, so I was really immature, but I am glad that Gino stayed. What I really like about Gino, since day one, he treated me like an equal. The second thing that I like about Gino is that he spoils me with attention and love. He cares about me like every time. The third thing that I like about Gino is that he is thoughtful. He remembers everything. Mansari, Mansari anniversary, birthdays, what I like, things that I like, food that I like, what sports do I like. Since day one, I always look forward to morning because I'm gonna get a big hug from Gino when I wake up. Our love story began with a big brother and baby girl thing. I used to be Gino's baby girl. He used to be my big brother. And now we have forever.
Thank you for watching.
We'll see you in our next video.